What is up, you guys? So today is going to be an interesting one. Sorry if it's really windy right now. I'm kind of in a windy area, didn't expect it. I said this last time, but I was not planning on making this video today. Some things have been happening with the WRX. Some not so good things. Some things are broken. Some things I want to address and point out to you guys, just so you guys are up to date on what's going on with this car. As you can tell by the title, I'm going back to the stock taillights. I'm taking these ones out and I'm putting the stock ones back in. Both of the signals, the blinkers, are not working. They went out about 3 or 4 weeks ago. The driver's side went out first, and then the passenger side went out about 2 weeks after the first one. So I contacted SubiSpeed and I basically told them what was going on. And I was really frustrated at first because, you know, these are not cheap taillights and you expect something like that to work. And they basically said, you know what, we'll send you out a brand new pair. It's just gonna take a couple months possibly. So that is the first problem that I'm having. There is another problem that I have to deal with now. As you may remember, when I installed these bezels right here on the front of the car, I was having some issues with the wiring being a little loose on the harness that came with these bezels. Everything else works fine. The fog lights work fine, the LED turn signals work fine on the front. But these bezels, the wiring was not fine. The lights would flicker or just turn off. And at this point, they've just completely turned off and they don't work anymore. I assume if I take the bumper off and adjust the wiring again, they'll work again, but that's ridiculous. I don't want to have to keep doing that. So again, I contacted SubiSpeed. They basically said, no problem. We'll send you out a brand new harness. So I think that is pretty much it. So we're gonna head back to my house and take care of all this stuff, and hopefully the car will be running and performing and everything will be working as intended. So let's get this done, guys. We are back at my house and in the garage, so let's get started on all this stuff. We have a lot of stuff that I want to do. You know what, actually the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try putting the new battery in, just so I can get that out of the way, because it is actually gonna be really easy. All right, so just basically like a quick reason why I went with this battery. First of all, there's nothing wrong with this battery. This is a great battery. I'm not a battery expert, but basically you're gonna wanna go with the yellow top or a more powerful battery than your stock when you're doing things like adding more LED lights or you're adding power or whatever to the car. And you know, this battery is only designed for so much power output and it can't keep up with, you know, if you're adding all of these extra things, accessories, it can't keep up with it. So just make sure that I'm running as much power as I possibly need. That's why I went with this battery. You might say this is a little bit overkill, but that's okay with me because that means I can just keep adding stuff to the car if I need to and not have to worry about it. Yellow Top is one of the best batteries in the business that you can get. So let's get this in the car and hopefully everything works okay. All right, so the battery is in. I didn't put the strap on it yet just to make sure. I'm gonna start it up and see if it runs right now. So I definitely like how much smaller it is because I have so much more space in these sides when, you know, it doesn't really look like it, but I actually have quite a bit more. I have power, obviously, so that's good. Everything's looking okay. All right, so right now we're running the Yimi Sport tuning map. I just wanted to make sure that that was still set and nothing changed there, so that's good. The idle almost seems like way more smooth. Like way, oh, it's a little smelly in here. I'm gonna go ahead and air it out a little bit. I don't wanna pass out in here. And the idle seems better. I don't know if that's just because it was idling high, since that's the first time I've turned it on all day, so I don't really know. Maybe I'm just imagining things. Let's get these out, which I'm gonna be sad to see them go, and get the new ones in there. that's it. There it is, the stock taillight. You know, I can't say that I dislike these taillights. I actually really like them a lot. These actually work. So that's gonna be what I'm gonna be running for now. Again, not that big of a deal. Just gonna miss this a little bit. So as much as I love showing you guys take off this bumper, I'm just gonna take it off really fast and we'll take care of this wiring. I will update you guys once I get the wires exposed and can kind of assess the situation that we got going on. Okay, so I have the key in the ignition. I'm just gonna go ahead and try and show you guys the issue. I know you guys probably have seen it in the install video when we install these bezels, but I want to see if I can recreate this just to remind you guys what the issue is. This LED strip right here should be illuminated, but it is not. So this is the new set of wires here, and basically I believe it's this yellow wire here that when I move that wire on the old one is what causes the flickering to happen. So hopefully these ones are good and stable in there. I'll try my best not to tug on them as much as I can. But let me show you guys. Here is the issue that I'm having. Now I'm barely touching the wire, so that's the problem. And I was able to get it on and stay on for a few days, but after a while it eventually went off and stayed off. So we'll see if this fixes the issue. So I have the new wire all hooked in. Everything is hooked up correctly as far as I can tell. I mean, I hooked it up exactly like the old one. It really only goes one way and I have no loose ends. Everything is plugged in. I've checked all the connections. Everything's plugged in tight. And the replacement wire does not work at all this time. So I have, I checked multiple fuses in the fuse box. I tried it with the high beam fuse. It's now on the low beam fuse. I've even switched out this Adafuse fuse that they've provided, and I have my ground hooked up. This white wire is for something else that wasn't hooked up before either. Everything, I've checked it and checked it and checked it again, and it does not want to work. So as you can see, the headlight and the sea light is on. Ground is connected here, and power is connected through the low beam fuse rather than the high beam fuse. I did try the high beam fuse, didn't work as well. And power comes down here, and then if you follow this, if you follow the power, that plugs into this guy right here, and this is plugged into this. This goes to this driver, plugs into the bezel right there, and these obviously are the turn signals. This comes through here and then connects through these blue and black wires here, and this continues on to the other side. Same thing on this side. Everything is plugged in. This goes into the driver here, and same thing with the signals. This continues through this wire into here, and that's pretty much it. So this is where we're at. Basically, just to recap, I ordered a new harness from SubiSpeed. I told them what was wrong with the other harness, and they were like, oh yeah, no problem, we'll send you out a new one. And the new one doesn't work at all to my knowledge. Now, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't frustrated. It's just like, it's more annoying than anything, and I understand. I respect SubiSpeed, I really do. They're a really great company, and I understand that they've got an insane amount of volume in the past couple years with these new WRXs coming out. Their company has probably grown more faster than it ever has, and so there's a possibility that they have less time for QC, for quality check. You know, this is a SubiSpeed branded. I don't think SubiSpeed themselves manufactures this product, but this bezel and this wiring and everything, that I don't think that they manufacture them specifically. They outsource that to another company. This bezel is the cheaper version. It is, I think, like $200 less than the official JDM bezels. But the reason I went with these is because they didn't have any hot spots on the LED strip. It was even all the way across, and I just liked the style and the overall look of the glossy black. So that's why I went with these. And you know, it's really frustrating because, you know, you spend money on these products and you expect them to work, and obviously there's some times where things may not work, and it happens, and I understand that, and I'm not upset about that. But when you have expensive taillights that you put on the car, they go out within a few weeks of each other. They just completely stop working with no, you know, the signal stops working on both of them, with no warning, no real reason as to why it's happening. And then you have bezels. When installed, the harness that came with the bezels isn't really working. It's not really put together like it should be. And then you contact the company asking for a new harness. They're like, yeah, no problem, we'll send you out a new one. And then the harness that they send out completely does not work. It's really frustrating, and it's kind of a lesson learned, I think, on my end, is if you're going to invest in something, really invest in something. So again, SubiSpeed's customer service has been nothing but great, but, you know, the two things that I've bought from them, the only two things that I've bought from them that were branded SubiSpeed, that were SubiSpeed specific products, have failed on me. And actually technically three, because it's a second harness that I've gotten. So two harnesses and the tail lights. All of the OLM products, the lights, the Morimoto lights, I mean, everything has been extremely, it's held up extremely well. I've had zero issues with anything else on the car. The only issues that I've had on this car were SubiSpeed products. It seems as though the attention to detail is lacking a little bit in terms of the longevity of these products, and you know, it's more, I'm realizing it's more to please the masses and to just get as many things out as possible, and to just, like, you see a need, you fill it. You see a need, you fill it. And you're trying to fill so many needs that all of a sudden all of these products that they're putting out, like, you know, some of them are going to get overlooked. As a distribution company, they are great. I mean, they are, I really, really love them for a distribution company. But when they try to create their own products, I'm learning that their specific products that they try and sell, that they brand themselves, is not, maybe not the best. And they want to, you know, supply these things for a lower price. I know that they say that in a lot of their videos. You know, we now have this product that you guys love so much, but at a lower price point. You know, these things should still work, even though they're cheaper. But on a lighter note, Jordan actually contacted me and he said he wanted to do another video today. So I'm gonna go down to his house and meet him, and we're gonna do an exciting video of this car. So I'm really excited about doing that. So I'm gonna slap the bumper on and end this video. Appreciate everyone coming in and watching this video. If you guys enjoyed it, or if you found it informative, let us know in the comments. Give us a thumbs up. If you didn't enjoy it, thumbs down, you know, whatever you guys want. So we just really appreciate the feedback, no matter what it is. But things are slowly coming together, I promise you guys that. So with all of that said, I will catch you guys, or we will catch you in the next one.